All right, guys. Hi. I hope you guys are having a good Friday. All right, so today I'm gonna do two things in this video. I'm gonna go over some like common mistakes from the week and make sure you guys got those concepts. And if you missed points on any of your stuff and want to go back and fix it, you can. Plus, make sure you guys all know how to get your comments still. If you've already seen that part, that's gonna be at the end of the video if you want to stop it. But there are still people that don't know how to get their comments out of Amplify, so we'll cover that at the end. Okay. So first up, let's look at what we did this week. So the first thing we did was this one where we had two claims. Claim one was that light from the sun and light from the light bulb can cause skin cancer. And claim two is that it's just the sun that causes skin cancer, but the light bulb can't. Okay. So this was Monday's assignment. It's 2.4 part 3. It was 8 points. A lot of you got close, but I still have some of you that are not telling me what actually causes skin cancer. So what we have learned is that it is ultraviolet light that causes skin cancer. That was the only thing that caused damage both in the plant, and a lot of you told me that in your like evidence and stuff, and caused damage in the DNA. That's going to lead to cancer, right? A few of you also did tell me gamma and X-ray. Those are true. Those do cause cancer. We just don't get it from being out in the sun because those don't go through the Earth's, they don't reach Earth's surface. And a lot of you figured that one out. So how we use an X-ray machine is different. Talk about that later. Okay. Light bulb only had visible light and infrared. So that means it's not claim one, it was claim two. Where we struggled, if we struggled, was like actually giving me evidence. We've seen a lot with the sim, with our readings. I needed some explanation of what's happening. So first of all, what happens to the light? Is it absorbed? Does it go through? Is it reflected? Right? In order to cause a change, and a change would be damage, it is which one of those things, okay? A lot of you also told me that you had evidence that what we had seen in the sim, what happens, right? A lot of people just missed this explain on this one. So again, read my comments. I kind of help give you guidance on those so you can fix that. Okay, then Tuesday this week, we were in a Google Classroom and you guys read about some melanin. And I just want to say that, why am I struggling here? So the melanin article, I was getting some really good questions, you guys, and comments. So the melanin is what gives us our skin color. So somebody like me that's really white, I don't have a whole lot of melanin. So that's why I'm really careful. I wear lots of hats. I wear lots of sunscreen. Also, another reason I'm going to show you in a second. But one thing that did concern me, a lot of you did find like, so the darker skin people have more, they just have more melanin. And that is, it does give them more protection. But as some of you talked like about when people tan, it does give them more melanin. It is still super dangerous to tan. So please don't just go out and bake and say, oh, it's protecting me from skin cancer, because you can get skin cancer while tanning. Plus, it's bad for the cells in other ways. So sunscreen protection, that's better, right? So one thing, just because my dad has had skin cancer a whole bunch. And so if you are grossed out by things, don't look for a second. But this is my dad. He had to go have another surgery last Thursday. That's his head. And that's taken cancer out. He's fine. But so he, in his youth, did not put enough sunscreen on, which is why I'm very good about putting sunscreen on. But he's had it all over. I also wanted to show you, and just because a lot of you asked about this, this is a video I showed you a long time ago. It's called The 5 Fingers of Evolution. We learned it when we were doing natural selection. So evolution can happen because you get a small population, non-random mating, mutations. You guys all looked for the M in your middle finger when I showed that. Gene flow, that's like populations moving out. And then remember, adaptation. So I'm going to show the last 2 minutes of this video.
And gene flow. However, none of them lead to adaptation. Natural selection is the only process that creates organisms better adapted to their local environment. I use the thumb to remember this process. Nature votes thumbs up for adaptations that will do well in their environment and thumbs down to adaptations that will do poorly. The genes for individuals that are not adapted for their environment will gradually be replaced by those that are better adapted. Red hair is an example of one of these adaptations. Red hair is an advantage in the northern climates because the fair skin allowed ancestors to absorb more light and synthesize more vitamin D.
So that fair skin is lighter people. So historically speaking, now that we all move around, it was an advantage to have this light color skin like I have. If you lived in the northern where there wasn't as much sunlight and our body needs the sunlight to make vitamin D, we need to get as much of that in as we can. So that was an adaptation. So thumbs up, it worked. So again, your the amount of melanin comes in your genes from your parents, but it all comes back to what we've learned this year about natural selection too.
Thumbs up. However, this was a disadvantage in the more southern climates where increased UV radiation led to cancer and decreased fertility. Thumbs down. Even the thumb itself.
So, just kind of quickly, I want to remind you of that. So, again, it's in your genes, you get it from your parents, but it's all comes back to genetics and evolution. Okay. Anyways, we did really good there. Next in Amplify, yesterday we on Wednesday you got into 2.5 and we did the warm-up where you got into the sim, and overall these were really good. The only mistakes I saw was like if you didn't use the UV light and if you didn't tell me what was happening with the light and the melanin. Okay. So just make sure you gave me a specific answer. If you didn't, just fix it. But a lot of you did really good on that. The next thing that we did, the last thing we did this week, and overall, either students did it really well or did it a little lazy, that they didn't know. But this evidence of melanin. I love the thinking that is going on for those of you that are putting the time and effort into this, because it kind of took everything we've learned so far and put it all together. So this melanin is absorbing most of the UV light, but I liked how a few people pointed out it doesn't absorb all of it. So it's absorbing that UV light, only letting some a little bit through. And so then the DNA is being blocked kind of thing, right? And then it's not getting affected. So just in your answer, make sure you're telling me what happened here. Most of you did that I've read so far, and they are looking amazing. All right, so those were the assignments of the week. Hope this kind of put it all together. And then lastly, just make sure on your learning log that you are actually putting in my comments so that I'm not leaving them for no reason. So again, you need to put whether you did it or not, your grade. It could be percentage if you're getting it from Aries. I don't mind that, or the fraction, however many points it's out of. But then this has to come from Amplify. So look over that. Plus 2 things you learned. Be specific. Don't tell me you learned light. That does not count. I've had to take points away this week. So again, how you look in Amplify, you go to the lesson, you can go to my work right here, or you can go straight to the lesson. You'll see a green bar across the top. Plus this week, I did a whole bunch of highlighted comments. And so sometimes in the green bar, it says, see my highlighted comments below. That means you need to go find where I highlighted in your answer, put the mouse over it, and then a box will pop up. And that's the comments that I need, right? If on the what is melanin one, I might have left text box comments, and same with the evidence of melanin. So look for text box or the private comments in Google Classroom. All right. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Love to hear from you, how you're doing. Make sure everything's going all right, even if it's not science related. I miss you guys all so much. And make sure you know that it's Mother's Day on Sunday, right? Take care of your mamas, whoever that mother in your life is. So it is on Sunday. All right. Have a great weekend.